little squirrel. You about fucking got. Did you see that shit?
No.
That motherfucker was dodging tires like the Matrix. That shit was crazy. He almost ran out to that semi.
Hell
Then he
yeah.
realized, oh fuck, that thing is huge. I better turn around. To which another car was just passing and he went straight under those tires.
Yeah, man, too bad we couldn't get footage of it.
Oh fuck, about to drop my ice cream. Okay. Hey, look at that cowboy pointing. You guys can't see that, but why is he just pointing?
He's like, hey, stop here.
Maybe you can see it in the back. I don't know. It's possible that it might pick it up. I'll zoom in on this shit if it's there. Holy
God
fuck,
damn, somebody whacked a deer.
A deer laying in the fucking road.
Hey, someone in West Virginia is going to be crying right now. Can't even move. Where they added, where they...
Oh, motherfucker!
Why are you eating with a brace on?
I dropped that motherfucker all over me.
I almost thought I did something wrong.
No. Damn, fucking, I can't eat without fucking flinging shit all over myself.
Calm down.
Why are you telling me to calm down?
No, I meant with your eating.
Oh.
You won't drop the fucking cone on you. Chill out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was over here fucking metalhead banging this motherfucker.
But apparently.
Yeah, I guess
Fucking
you
throw it
just...
on you.
Hey, you son of a bitch.
Well,
Whipping
I
cream.
guess-
I got PGA Tour 96.
Get out of the fucking way. No. Get off of that. Get off. What the fuck?
Tied around there like 6 times.
There. That's good. Get out of there. Okay, cool.
I think it's here on your left.
Right cheer.
It's one of these.
Engage.
I would just...
Professional wrestling.
Okay.
Holy shit, that's a Hall of Fame.
Hey, where the fuck is this place? It might not be. Wait.
Right there.
There we go. This place looks fucking sick. All right. Shall we go over there or over here? Let's go over here.
Yeah.
Can we park here? I wonder.
Here.
Walk all the way
Yeah.
down. Yeah, ain't nobody fucking
It
here.
ain't no bad.
Cool. Yeah. So this is gonna be. This looks like a fucking cool.
I'm
ass
excited.
It's 2 hours.
place. So okay, this place is what's it called?
Maniac's Mansion.
Maniac's Mansion. And
What a
we're
neat
gonna go
name.
check it out and see if it's any good. Another arcade. Alright guys, welcome to Tag's Maniac's Mansion in Wichita Falls, Texas. This place was actually ridiculous and blew away all of our expectations. It definitely took me back to the 90s arcades I remember going to as a kid. Not just with the game selection, but the overall vibe and aesthetic of the place. But before I get too much into how I felt about this place, let's do a quick rundown of all the games. Immediately when entering to the left, we have a Beatmania third mix cabinet, which I tried and have deduced that it's definitely impossible to win at. Next, we have a Time Crisis 3 cabinet, which was unfortunately down, but that's not too big of a deal because right next to it we have a Crisis Zone, an Area 51 cabinet, a Die Hard, and a 4-slot Neo Geo MVS. Across from these, we have an Initial D Stage 8 cabinet, which Leroy and I about died over. Initial D has always been a really big one for us, so this was really exciting. Another one of my all-time favorites, Hang On, can also be played here. It is one of the smaller cabinet versions though, with only the handlebars to steer, so don't expect the full bike. A couple of classics here, Miss Pac-Man and Centipede, next to the king of basketball arcade games, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, with an NBA Jam stool, which is a really nice touch. Here we can see a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 showcase cabinet with a Vizio monitor. Not quite sure what that's about. Next we have one of the crown jewels for us that night, a Golden Axe Revenge of Death Adder. This is an incredible beat 'em up game that unfortunately was never released outside of arcade hardware. A couple more classics sprinkled in here. We got Tron, which I gained a newfound appreciation for, and a Frogger. More beat 'em ups around the corner here. We got a Simpsons, of course. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. And one I've considered an underrated classic for quite some time, Cowboys of Moo Mesa, based on the shortly lived 90s cartoon. Winners don't use drugs. Alright, for pinball, we have a more humble but solid selection of tables to choose from. We have Last Action Hero, Jurassic Park, and Ghostbusters, all of which were in a really good condition. There's a few arcade 1-up machines here to choose from that I personally wasn't interested in, but there they are. As well as what I believe is an arcade 1-up 12-in-1 cocktail. And once again, we have a few more classics here. We have a Popeye, Donkey Kong Jr., which I really love, and an original Donkey Kong. So if you aren't into Marvel 2, there are a few more fighting games here to choose from. Street Fighter EX2, which was pretty surprising. I don't often see these. A Tekken 5 cabinet, which was out of order. I'm sure it'll be back in no time. And a Sega Blast City that was running Super Gem Fighter Mini Mix. I've always wanted to play a Sega Blast City, but never had the opportunity to. And I can honestly say I fell head over heels in love with this thing. I instantly started plotting ways that I could fit one of these in the portal back home. If you ever wanted to try Fix-It Felix, well, you can do that here. I really love how they modeled this cabinet so accurately after what it's inspired by. Kind of looked like some sort of emulation issue was happening though, not sure what that's about, but it still played fine from what I can tell. Over in the corner here, we have some console related stuff. We got an N64 kiosk here with Super Smash Bros. Playing, as well as an N64 hooked up to an older big screen television in the corner. Continuing on this... Wait. Let's rewind that for a second. What the hell? Huh. Continuing on this wall, we get a few new TVs with your selection of modern consoles and even mini consoles to choose from. The owner definitely seems to be an FGC dude, since there seems to be plenty of arcade sticks in addition to regular controllers to choose from for modern fighting games, which I really appreciate. Here's a Super Mario Bros. Game. Someone was playing it, so I didn't want to bother them for a closer look, you know. 4-player X-Men, and a G.I. Joe, which was a really fun game. That's pretty much all the games, but let's take a look at this sick collection of figurines and collectibles being displayed. Not to mention all the great artwork. The presentation here was choice, and you can tell someone absolutely put hard work and care into this place. So let's go ahead and get to my final thoughts so we can call it a night. Before I go any further, I just want to say this place 100% had the atmosphere and experience of the arcades that I loved so much as a kid. The colors and glow of the lights and screens mesmerized me from the moment I walked in to the moment I left. That alone brought back so many fuzzy feelings and memories, and is something so magical that can only be experienced in a video arcade, and is one of the main sources of my obsession with this stuff. But anyway, how does it all work? So once again, this is a cover charge arcade. That is, you pay a certain amount when entering. In this case, I believe it was $8, and all the games are set to free play, including the pinball, which is sometimes not the case for the cover charge arcades. The Max in Tulsa, for example, still requires you to pay for individual games on pinball tables, despite charging you a cover and the video arcade games being set to free play. However, you can also choose to pay a little extra to partake in the bar. Yeah, I forgot to mention this place also has a bar, but not a drink bar. Instead, this place has a fully stocked cereal bar. That's right, you can have your pick of a ton of different cereals, not to mention a ton of other snacks and drinks. I do have to say, it was really nice to go to an arcade that doesn't serve alcohol for once. Not that there is anything wrong with that, it was just more comfortable for me personally, and was nice to see the games being the main attraction. One strange thing is that some of the games have these custom buttons installed that you have to push in order to add credits. Kind of weird, but for whatever reason, that's how it works, and again, it is still free to play. The quality of the cabinets and controls range from great to decent. Nothing was Sleepy's quality, thankfully, which is a term I'm sure I'll have to explain now. Okay, let me pause it. So, Sleepy's is a term that Leroy and I have used for years now to describe games that are in completely unacceptable condition. The term comes from a local arcade and amusement supplier company called Sleepy's. They have gained quite a reputation with Leroy and I as having the worst possible quality arcade games and not caring. This usually ranges from broken joysticks to missing joysticks to buttons that don't work or buttons that are missing. They are usually really poor quality emulation cabinets that are conversions of other cabinets with custom marquees that basically look spray painted on, and custom control panels that will have the holes for buttons and joysticks cut out by hand without measurements, making them completely crooked and very terrible looking. Usually they won't have original monitors in them. They will be poorly implemented LCD screens. The cabinets themselves, from cosmetics to the wood, will be falling apart. And keep in mind, I'm not referring to some of these problems will be on an arcade cabinet. I mean every one of these problems will be on each cabinet. So for future reference, when I say Sleepy's, this is what I'm referring to. Arcade cabinets that are unexcusably in poor condition. Anyway, long story short, the overall quality of the games at Maniac's Mansion are just fine. So as a whole, the experience and entertainment I got at Maniac's Mansion was nothing short of incredible. Not to mention, the owner Marcus makes you feel extremely welcome and instantly comfortable. He straight up made me feel like he had been expecting me the whole night or something. That's a great first impression and really important to me. Another thing was just the overwhelming sense of community I felt. At one point, Marcus had to jump over the counter and stop running the register because some guys showed up and challenged him to some games in Marvel 2, which inevitably erupted in shouts and laughter. That really stuck with me and is something that I constantly crave with games. That's what the arcade experience is all about for me. Just enjoying games, meeting other people, and having a good time with those people. This place was insane. 10 out of 10. If you have any way of checking this place out, make sure you do. You won't regret it, and I guarantee you will want to come back. Tell them the Portal Pal sent you, so that they can look at you confused and be like, who the hell is the Portal Pals? These are the kind of places that definitely need to stick around. And maybe one of these days we'll go back and make another episode.